guys, how we doing?
Good.
So today we are going to do a vlog of all the piers, but we're not doing them all in one day. Oh, here comes the tram. When it goes past. So today we're going to do a vlog of the North Pier, and then we're going to go up and do Central Pier as a separate vlog and upload that later, and then we will do South Pier as well, but not today. Okay, so let's go North Pier. Let's go. So the North Pier is the oldest of the piers. It's also the one that's got least on it, so it's more of a traditional pier. As with all the piers, you've got the arcade at the very front, which we'll come to on the way back. All the piers in Blackpool are free to enter. Like I say, this is the oldest and it's got the least to do on it. There's just one ride at the very end, and then there's a gin bar as well. But you get great views of the tower from here, and that's Central Pier over there in the distance that we're going to be going to a bit later on its own vlog, and the lads are going to go on lots of rides there as well. So yeah, Central Pier, North Pier. There's a theatre at the end. It's called the Joe Longthorne Theatre. Joe Longthorne's a local entertainer, very, very popular. Used to do lots of impressions as well as songs. There's another little cafe bar here, but yeah, famous now for the carousel at the end, and also there's a gin bar as well at the end. Well, this is the little conservatory cafe bar. Here come the boys. Really excited about this pier, aren't you?
No.
So much to do, isn't there? So there used to be a little train that used to run up and down here. I don't know whether it still is. Doesn't look like it. It was actually, originally when they put the train in, it was actually on a track. But then they changed it when they had to redo a lot of the boarding. And it's more like a little tractor train than a traditional train. There you go, take the train to the end of the pier. Thrilling. So the seas. So I'd just say it's the oldest pier in Blackpool. And it used to have, at the end, a really long jetty at the end, where you used to be able to go fishing. And also years and years and years and years and years ago, there used to be a steamer boat that used to pull up at the end, and you used to be able to go out for day trips. You used to be able to get on the boat and it would take you for a day trip out into the sea and back. But that's long gone now.
Why?
Why? People don't do it anymore, mate. They're wanting more big thrill rides like we're going on when we get to Central Pier in a minute. So it's quite a long pier as well. Right, so we'll pause it for a bit and we'll jump! We'll pick you up when we get to the end where it's a bit more going on. Anything in there? So you've got all these little booths as well on both sides of the pier. That have got games and little shops. With a bit of a clean up, all the bird poo. Needs a bit of a clean up for the season. It must cost a lot of money to maintain these piers, and like I say, this one in particular, because it's not really got anything on it to bring in extra money, and it must cost a lot to maintain. Down these cracks down here, scary. Two little kiddie rides at the end here now. They weren't there last year. And there's the Joe Longthorne Theatre. Still act like the Grumbleweeds, I think I saw. I didn't know they were still going. Roy Chubby Brown is coming. Saw him many, many, many years ago. Changing times now. I'm surprised Roy's still going, but he is. And that's the train then, guys. Lewis. That's the little train that goes up and down. And then this is the carousel. So this is the only permanent ride here on the North Pier. As you can see, the trains are £1 each way, and the carousel there is £2. This is the gin bar, the balloon bar. We'll just have a quick sneak inside. I'm not going to do too much in here because we're not buying anything. People are obviously. You bored? Yeah. So this is the big outside area where they have all the concerts, the gardens, and Prosecco bar, and it's connected to the gin bar we've just been in and had a look round. Oh dear. Yeah, if you get stuck, there's a stage door, and that's the theatre. I'll just go right to the end and see. It's what? It's tilting. Look at some fishermen there. They're in the blue coats. And all the way out there, not sure the camera's picking it up, is North Wales. On this side, there you go. And then on the other side is the Lake District, always around there. As well. Yeah. So normally you wouldn't be able to get here because it's a bouncy castle. On all the way out there is the Lake District.
Imagine this didn't have a floor underneath, so when you stepped to it, you just went through the floor.
No. No. It's not what you tell the missus when you get home, though, is it? Thing is, they're still in batter. That's what gives it away. No, it's the frozen. Hey, that's it. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't come out frozen. I can imagine. Looking to the fishermen there, it's £100 it costs them for a year to have a permit so that they can go up there to fish. £100. It's almost what we paid for our pleasure beach pass last year. What do you rather do? Stand on the end of the pier fishing or go to the pleasure beach? You reckon? Right, we'll walk back. I'm going to film us walking back because it's the same as walking here. We'll have a quick look in the arcade and then we'll... We're
not spending anything.
No. And then we'll potter... Well, we're saving our pennies for Central Pier, aren't we? So we'll potter on down to Central Pier and we'll put that in another vlog later on. Now, I was telling you about the history of the pier. And there you go, that's what I said, the oldest of the piers. Look at that, back in the day then. That's, you can see where the boats used to go from. Yes, the boat ran aground.
What happened to that?
It got beached, got stuck in the sand. And then here's some of the famous entertainers. Lewis won't know many of these. Well, you know who that is.
Oh, who made that?
Sooty.
Oh, I know him.
Some of the Russ Abbott, some of the famous people that have been on the pier. That's the entrance
I don't know anything else.
to the Joe Longthorne Theatre.
Oh!
Who's going to be the fat lady? Lewis, you go. You be the fat lady then. What?
Cracking. And it could do with
It's cracking. You're enjoying it? It's cracking, is it?
It could do with a remodel.
Yeah, as Daniel and Lewis have just been saying, if you look, it's a lamp there as well, and the back of the arcade. It needs a bit of TLC, doesn't it, guys? We're still very lucky to have it, and like I say, it's one of 3 piers, central there and south right in the background, that we'll do another day.
Who's he?
Is he? He's the guy that designed the pier. Richard Neil Freeman.
I did a very bad job. I could design one. He did a very bad job.
Why?
Because there's too much bed.
Well, that's not his fault, is he? Look, he died in 1904. So he died 116, 118 years ago.
I know how to design one. Straight lines.
Yeah, but you've got all the architecture. You've got the little thingies on the sides. And then the theatre at the end.
Put them on there and then
Right, let's go and have a look inside the arcade. Replacing bits, aren't they? They're doing bits. So that's the end of the pier, and this is going into the arcade.
It's so fun.
It's fun in this bit. Well, the arcade. Dun dun dun. So this is again one of the smaller arcades. You need to check out our vlog for the Blackpool's newest arcade, which we put up just before this one. So this one's a lot older than that. But still got some modern games, the usual 2p machines. And in the summer, oh there they are, they're actually running it, but there's nobody on it. You've got these ball games where you roll the balls up into the holes and then you move the horses along, and whoever wins a prize. So you've got the barker there who will shout it all out. They used to have a shooting game over here, but it looks like, oh yes, there it is. I knew there was a shooting game in here. Now it looks like they've replaced this a little bit, because it used to be when you shot one thing it used to squirt water at you. And then they've got the over 18s.
This is what you get for taking this little bit.
No!
Thank God about this.
So there we go, the North Pier. So, how was that?
Came in with a smile and came out with no smile.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. So, the traditional North Pier. Okay, so what do we say now, Lewis? What about until we pier later?
Alligator.
Alligator.